going to be key to anything that we do.
Obviously, one player that's been out for a couple of weeks, Aidan Chippendale, I know who's here tonight and has been back involved in training over the last sort of week or so. What's the latest with him?
Yeah, I think he's just back now, straight line running. Probably similar position to where Harry Brazell was a few weeks ago. So he's probably ready to go on the radio now with you. But hopefully we can get Chippy back mid-February time. But at the minute we can't focus on that. We've got to focus on the players that are available and continue to pick points up.
Definitely, and obviously another opportunity to pick up points at the weekend. Back to the Newman Stadium against Atherton LR, a team who played second game of the season. What are your thoughts out of that one?
Just want to make it, a big atmosphere again for us. I think if you've ever missed football so much over the last few years and you miss big games, I think every game now for us from now until the end of the season is a huge game. We're in a fantastic position. Come and watch us, come and get behind us and get us over the line and it starts Saturday. So we need everyone behind us like we had last home game. And like we've always said, these lads will run themselves into the ground and they deserve a big crowd, they deserve people to get behind them and we just want to keep moving forward.
Bury AFC manager Andy Welsh on Roach Valley Radio, 7 minutes to 3. Andy, going back to Atherton LR, we were talking about a short while ago, a number of players that have come into their team today and into the club in recent weeks. New signing Dan Smith, looks like he's going to be starting at left back. Travis Boyles, Adam Lawrence and Alex O'Neill all into the starting 11. 7th game for new manager Nick Matthews, who was appointed just before Christmas. They've won 3 of the last 4, and as I mentioned, Travis Boyles is one of 2 players that's been on trial at Football League clubs this week. Does it sound like it's the start of a new era at Atherton LR?
I think it might well be, and I think that result midweek, we keep mentioning about it, but that does show a real sort of strength of progression for the side. 5 minutes to go, 2-1 down away from home against a good AFC Blackpool side. When you're down at the bottom of the league, it's difficult to sort of get back from that, and to come away with all 3 points shows a good sort of strong mentality that this side have. So, yeah, I think they're definitely turning the corner. Some good results recently. Obviously, they've not got their top goal scorer this afternoon, Luke Nichols, so that'll be a miss for them today. You do wonder where the goals might come from, but no, they've turned the corner of late, and as I keep saying, I would not be surprised if there's a bit of a surprise result this afternoon.
Definitely. Kick-off here is fast approaching, just coming towards 5-3. Joe Heaton, let's go back to you over at Newcastle Town. 2 new names, as we mentioned, in that Ramsbottom United squad this afternoon. I don't know whether you've been able to do any last-minute research on the background of the players, but it looks like one of them could be a central defender. Do you think that's the position that Rams need to fill this afternoon?
Yeah, definitely. You've seen how many goals they've conceded, as well as scoring goals has been an issue as well. But I think they definitely needed someone at the back to really shore up that. George Wyatt's the man that's come out today, and Bamba's come in for him, who's someone that can see and hopefully shore up the defence. Not heard of him too much before today's game. Hadn't really known he'd signed for the club, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he can do. But it's quite a similar lineup to the last game. I thought he might change a bit more, just on basis of how poor they were last game and how scathing he was of the team. So I thought maybe a few more than 2 changes might have sufficed, but he's gone with the 2 changes to the team, and I think it's going to be a really interesting one to see if these new players can really step up in the team.
And definitely. And do you think that gives Newcastle Town a bit of an unknown quantity, sort of bringing 2 players into their opponent's side late on? Well, it seems like the deals was probably done late yesterday.
Yeah, definitely seems so. I think it's going to maybe throw a bit at Newcastle Town. And for themselves, they've made 4 changes to their team, so maybe they're trying to do the same to Ramsbottom, trying to surprise them in this game. So it's going to be a really interesting battle to see if these new players from both sides and the players that come in for Newcastle Town. I was speaking to some people here, and they were saying there's been quite a few players out recently. In the last game at Workington, only 11 or 12 players ended up travelling with a few breaking down the way and stuff like that, and people contracting COVID before the game. So it's going to be something that we need to look at, and if these squads can really show what they're worth, and if these new players can really bed themselves into the team as well.
Joe, thank you very much for the moment. Regular reports of Ramsbottom United on the road at Newcastle Town, alongside updates of Redcliffe on the road at Lancaster. A bit of something different for you post-match on Roach Valley Radio. You can join us on Twitter Spaces from 5:30. We'll be reviewing all of the weekends or all today's action, focusing on Bury, Ramsbottom, Radcliffe, Rochdale, and any other football-related topic. If you want to talk about it, do join us on Twitter Spaces from 5:30. The 2 teams are out, and it's safe to say, Andy, that you wouldn't be able to miss the Atherton team, but there is going to be, I believe, minutes silence prior to kick-off this afternoon in memory of former Bury Football Club photographer Bob Bell, who passed away a couple of weeks ago. Well, I thought that was what was going to be taking place, but that doesn't look like it was the case. The way that both teams were lining up at the side of the centre circle, so I do apologise for that. Both teams were on the edge there, looking like that was going to be the case, but both teams are ready to go there. Good afternoon to you if you've just joined us. 2:58 is the time. The referee's making sure he's got his final checks and he is ready to go this afternoon. So I'll hand you to your match commentator, Andy Smith.
Thanks, Adam. Another big afternoon here at the Newman Stadium as the end of the season draws ever near. Atherton, obviously, we talked about a lot in the build-up. A good result midweek, coming from 2-1 down with 5 minutes to go in a similar colour shirt to the team they faced in AFC Blackpool they're wearing today, matching your hat as well here, Adam. You might get associated with Atherton this afternoon.
That's what I'm thinking when we're going up to Blackpool next week. I think it's going to have to come with us, because it's obviously might be the lucky charm, but I'll have to stay in my bag. I don't think I can wear it. I think I'll have to go for a woolly hat option.
You might have to. I might know a company that might better help you out there. As the referee makes his final checks with both goalkeepers, looks like we're going to go away on this windy and blustery afternoon. As I said, it was quite sunny early on. It's now gone a bit grey, and we are underway. Atherton kicking us off in their orange shirts, black shorts, and orange socks. As the ball's now on the halfway line, Bedwharton trying to intercept, but it's not by Adam Lawrence, the skipper for Atherton this afternoon. And the first clearance from Oliver Culkin is straight out of play now for a throw-in on the left-hand side for Bury, taken by Jake Kenny. He throws it to Ben Wharton on the edge of the box. He's got about 6 Atherton players around him, and unsurprisingly, Atherton coming away with it. Ben Wharton's still down. Bit of pain after that challenge. It's now with Jack Atkinson, who rolls it out to Matt Williams. Ben Wharton just slowly getting up to his feet now. Williams carrying the ball forward. He goes down on the challenge from Travis Boyles, but no foul just been given by the referee. As it's cleared by Atherton on the right-hand side, headed on towards Lewis Rawthorne. A chance here for Atkinson to come out and clear. It comes out his box, and he does so. Plays it down the line. A lovely ball to Abasoto, allowing to turn and run at this Atherton defence for the first time this afternoon. Abasoto has been a threat to many defences in this league. He's now with Brazil with his nice footwork. Takes a shot. It's underneath just tipped round the post there from the goalkeeper. Thought for a second it might have just sneaked underneath him, but at the last second he just got his fingertips to it, Oliver Culkin, and it's out for a corner. The referee is signalling for a new ball already. Just over 90 seconds in, and we've had a first shot on goal, and it was a decent attempt there by Harry Brazardum.
Yeah, it certainly was. The keeper obviously making the save to guarantee it going out for Bury's first corner of the afternoon.
Yeah, it'll be taken by Chris Rowney. It'll be an out swinger. Very skilled boy on both. Brazil make a run towards the ball, but it's chipped into the box, headed on by Jono Hunt, but it's out for a, well, I said it was Jono Hunt, but it must have been an Atherton defender because it's now out for a corner. To be honest, I'm a bit worried about the team sheet because the captain for Atherton is down as 5, Adam Lawrence, but number 7's with the armband, so I don't know if that could cause some interesting names this afternoon. It's all going swimmingly on Roach Valley Radio this afternoon. But it'll be another corner now for Bury, the second of the afternoon, just 2.5 minutes in. Rowney hits it towards the middle of the 6-yard box, flicked away by Atherton, and they clear their lines up to Alex O'Neill. He tries to hold off the challenge of Kenny on the halfway line. He does so successfully. A through ball over the top towards Travis Boyles, but it's overhit, and Jack Atkins is able to deal with it and surveys his options to clear it. Decent crowd filling up now this afternoon. Few latecomers, but plenty deep on the right hand, well, right and left hand side of the grounds, as always behind the goals as well. As the ball's out for a throw in on the right hand side, just inside Atherton's halves for Bury. Williams takes it quickly towards Wharton on the edge of the box. He tries to turn his man, but it's out for a goal kick for Atherton. Quite a decent start to the game. I do think, as I've been saying in the build, I think Atherton might throw a surprise today. I do think they might struggle, though, without Luke Nichols, who's by far ahead the top goal scorer for the side. 15 goals from him. The next is then Alex O'Neill with 7. So could be a challenge for them as Oliver Culkin kicks another goal kick out of play. It's now with Gilboy on the right-hand side. He gets past one man, he gets past a second, and he drives into the box, but just as he's about to do that, he's clipped just outside. And it'll be a free kick for Bury. Chance to whip a ball in. Good footwork there by the Bury winger. Another chance now for Rowney to play another set piece into the box. Chris Rowney, who's played a number of games since joining the club, been a real steady midfielder alongside Chris Holt for Bury, and I do think this is probably Andy Welsh's best 11. As the referee just gets Boyles into position, as he takes a few steps forward as well after marking the 10 yards, but Rowney now plays the ball towards the back post, and that was headed on by Jimmy Moore, but he couldn't get over it, and it's out for a goal kick. As another ball gets lost from the Newman. And Wharton plays it back now to, well, I say he played it back, it was hardly getting to Culkin, to be honest with you. And Culkin will take this one. He made his debut back in December for Atherton. Was the man of the match in his opening 2 appearances for the club. He's not made the best of starts with his kicking so far this afternoon, though, as both have gone out. He's now taking his 3rd one. It's towards that byline again, but it's headed in back into play by George Chadwick. But eventually it does make its way out of play, and Jake Kenny takes the throw in. He finds Brazil. Again, unfortunately, not in those Predators that I was enjoying so much in recent games, and he won't enjoy that pass as he played it straight to Daniel Smith. New signing for Atherton. Did come through the Everton youth ranks. Ex-Cheshire Lions. As Williams now throws it down the line towards Wharton, but again, it's out of reach of him. Bit of a mix-up there slightly by Nathan Teo there, but it is in the hands of Culkin. As there's been a goal in the game between Lancaster and Radcliffe, and we'll go to Theo for an update on that. Which way has it gone?
It's gone the way of Radcliffe. A brilliant ball, chipped over the top by Luca Navarro down the left. He skipped past his man and dinked it over the top towards the runners on Louis Akpar. He brought it down and struck into the far bottom corner with unerring accuracy. It was a brilliant finish, bouncing ball. And it's good for Radcliffe to have an early lead here. We saw last season how many times they surrendered the lead early and had to fight their way back into a game. After some ball finishing last time out against Stafford Rangers, now it's a great finish that puts them ahead here at Lancaster.
Thanks, Theo. Good sign for the other occupants of the Newman Stadium there. And not missed much in the game here. It's out for a goal kick at the moment for Atherton. Fans again buoyed by the recent kicking attempts of Culkin. They're now trying to put even more pressure on him. Obviously, you wouldn't do anything like that at all, Adam. You're too nice for that, aren't you?
Yeah, of course.
As the ball goes towards the halfway line. A lot more central this time from Culkin, but Bury end up winning possession. Williams feeds in Gilboy halfway inside Atherton's half. He's having to sort of go towards the sideline at the minute. He faces up Dan Smith now. Again, he cuts inside, as he often does. Gilboy now finds Holt, but he's not able to bring it under control. However, he just still find a way to Abasoto. Abasoto now one-on-one with his full-back. He plays a lovely ball into the box, and that's well headed away by Teo. It's a difficult one for him to deal with. Bury still have an option here as Williams crosses it towards his yard box. Acrobatic attempt from Gilboy there. It's out for a goal kick. Never really got a good connection on it, but impressive attempt nonetheless, Adam.
Yeah, another good couple of attempts there. The cross obviously headed away by Teo there, and Gilboy with his acrobatic efforts, a good start from Bury.
Absolutely, just coming into 8 minutes gone. Bury have probably been the side in the ascendancy so far. Ball has more often than not been inside Atherton's half. And it is again now with Gilboy, who's had a lot of possession so far. He finds Holt. Now with Wharton on the edge of the box. He's got his back to goal. He plays it back to Rowney, who has to go back to Kenny. Bury still trying to find the way through. Abasoto taking on 2 players. Holt then tries a lovely turn from Teo, but unfortunately for Holt, it's able to be cleared by Atherton, and now Boyles has a chance to run at Hunt. Needs some support. He's on his own at the moment. Good tackle there from Hunt as Boyles was trying to get past him. Good pressure though from Boyles, who wins it back. A chance for Atherton. But it's a free kick given. It looked like it was a clean tackle from where I was, but the referee adjusts it to be a foul on Moore from Boyles. Not sure how you saw it, Adam.
Yeah, probably slightly a bit of a let-off that for Bury, because I think I could have seen that. I thought initially the assistant flagged for offside, but that wasn't the case. So no, it's probably Bury to have the day saved really there.
Yeah, it did fall to Alex O'Neill, who had a good chance to take a shot on goal inside the penalty box. So maybe a let-off there for Bury, but they're now trying to put pressure on their own of Atherton as Rowney wins a good 50-50 and Wharton takes a snapshot, and that's out for a goal kick. 9.5 minutes gone here. It's Bury 0, Atherton 0, and with that we'll go to Stoke-on-Trent for an update from Joe Heaton.
Yeah, cheers, Andy. About 10 minutes into this one is still Newcastle Town 0, Ramsbottom 0. Ramsbottom probably had the best chance of the game through Aaron Fleming. The ball came over from the right-hand side. Fleming was on the end of it. He cut inside onto his right foot. Well saved by the Newcastle Town goalkeeper, Domain Rouse. Couldn't reach the rebound. Best chance for Newcastle Town just came from Jack van der Laan on the edge of the box. He had time to strike it, and it was straight at Joseph Slynn in the Newcastle Town goal. But other than that, it's been a pretty even start. It's here, Newcastle Town 0, Ramsbottom 0.
Thanks, Adam. Joe rather, apologies, as Matty Williams played a nice ball left-footed into the box there, but Abasoto was unfortunately offside.
2 places at once.
I know. I wouldn't put it past you, Adam. If anyone could do that, you'd be able to do that.
Certainly feels like we're in a few places at once today.
Yeah. Listen, it's live radio. You're going to have technical problems at times, and hopefully you can hear us wherever you are this afternoon. As I said, it does feel like proper football weather this afternoon. You know I like my rain for games like this, but the crispness of the air, just the low sun coming towards the end of the season, it's what you like to see. It's not quite that. I don't think it's the business end.
I was going to say, you were saying earlier that it wasn't quite the
coming towards
business
the end. Just coming to the final bend. You're not quite there yet, but you're sort of coming to the final bend. But I'm sure Andy Welsh will be telling his side not to be thinking of the finish line just yet. Just got to take each game as it comes. And they've got a difficult challenge this afternoon against an Atherton LR side who are unbeaten in the last 3 of the 4 last games. Winning 3 of those and drawing 1. But it's Bury who have it now with Williams. He goes back to Moore, just inside Bury's half. He finds Kenny. Now Abasoto picks it up just in front of the Atherton bench. He goes past his man, George Chadwick. George Chadwick all over him there, pulling out his shirt, and the referee has given a free kick. He tried to play advantage, to be fair, but in the end it was just a bit too much, and it's a free kick again for Bury, and another opportunity for Chris Rowney to play the ball into the box. halfway inside Atherton's half, so quite far. Only a yard or so in from the sideline. But as I said, an opportunity for Berry to fill the box. Atherton leaving 2 players up, though. Leaving both Boyles and O'Neill occupied by Kenny and Williams of Berry. Holt not too far away as well. The referee blows his whistle and Rowney takes it a bit lower this time. It bounces just in front of Wharton. Abasoto tries to win it, but it's cleared in the end by Atherton and out for a throw-in. Jake Kenny going over to collect the ball. Wind has died down slightly. Does look to be at Kenny's back though, so it may help with a long throw potentially. Plenty of height in the box there for Berry with Wharton. As Kenny takes it to Holt. Holt then having to go back to Kenny. Plays the ball into the edge of the box, just out of reach of Wharton. Brazil goes in for the 50-50. Falls to the feet of Williams. He then finds Gilboy. Got his back to goal, unfortunately. He's now halfway inside Atherton's half. Nice bit of play there between Hunt and Gilboy, allowing Williams to get to the byline. He cuts it back, but that's blocked by Smith. And it's yet another corner for Berry. Decent pressure here from Berry. They're just hoping to finally make it tell.
Yeah, they certainly are a good opening, 13 and a half minutes on this Saturday afternoon. A good couple of early chances, and I'm sure they'll be looking to capitalise on that.
They'll be looking to capitalise from this corner. We have yet another new ball. Still not in the car park yet, which is I'm shocked about so far. I'm sure you're all excited at home about when the first ball will get there. As Rowney takes the corner, he takes the back post. On the header, headed off the line by Atherton. Falls to Holt, and his shot is just wide. Got a deflection, it's out for a corner. I think most fans were just waiting for the ball to hit the back of the net. But it was headed away by Atherton. Now it's got the crowd back into this one. Another corner now for Rowney and Berry.
Certainly is a good follow-up shot there from Chris Holt as well.
Plays it, headed away. Falls to Gilboy. That's not as good as Holt's effort. Now Atherton have a chance to break away. A long ball for Boyles to chase. Williams is after him. Williams just about gets in front of him. He's then clipped from behind, and it's a free kick for Berry. Frustration from Atherton there, as they were disappointed that Boyles clipped his man. And there'll be a kick taken by Atkinson. 14.5 minutes gone, still 0-0 here. And a good time to remind you that today's Berry AFC coverage is brought to you by RC Solutions Pitch Care. First choice for all your turf needs. Head to their website, rcsolutionspitchcare.co.uk for more. They are also contactable on social media.
They certainly are. Just to let you know, Rochdale Mayfield leading West Hull by 18 points to 6 at half-time in the Challenge Cup, second round.
There's 1-2 there between Wharton and Abasoto. Leaves it with Abasoto now. He's by the corner flag. It's a nice attempt at a turn, but it's well defended, and it's out for another corner on the left-hand side. It'll be an in-swinger this time. Talking of social media, you'll be able to give your input and insight to the Roach Valley Radio team this afternoon after the game at 5:30. Please join us for that on Twitter Spaces. As Rowney takes it into the 6-yard box, headed away by Atherton. Falls to Holt on the edge of the box. He then hits it high into the 6-yard box. Then flicked on by Wharton. Plucked out the air really there by Culkin. Thought the flag may go up. It was a good save in the end, and that was a decent chance there for Wharton.
Yeah, I said it on Tuesday night. You can't give Wharton any yards on the ball to be able to pull off shots like that. He'll do it from close range. He'll do it from 20-25 yards out that we've seen this season. And yeah, Ben Wharton pretty much dangerous everywhere he goes.
As attempted through the ball there from Atherton, from Ollie Wright, nearly found Smith, but it was well cut out by Berry. Now they come forward. Ball at top to Brazil. It's a race between Brazil and Culkin. Culkin wins it. Only clears it as far as Abasoto, though. He's not able to keep the ball in, and it's a Berry throw-in. Not quite clicking for Atherton so far as they go forward. Again, you wonder how much they're missing Luke Nichols this afternoon. As O'Neill puts a good challenge in on Moore, but it's only out for a throw-in for Berry. Kenny takes it quickly to Wharton. That seems to happen a few times today. Obviously keen to keep the ball moving, Berry. Abasoto plays a ball in, but it's blocked by the defender. It's out for a corner. The corners are stacking up at the Newman this afternoon. And the next opportunity will go to Lancaster for an update in Radcliffe's game there, but we'll stay here for the corner first. Again, Atherton leaving 2 players up. As Rowney steps up, he takes it into the box, head on number of Brazil, but just flicked wide. Leaped really well there, Brazil, but wasn't able to get a clean connection on it. And it's gone out for a goal kick, and with that we'll go to Theo up at Lancaster.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. No change in score over here at Lancaster. Still 1-0 to Radcliffe, but there's certainly been a change in the state of play, with Lancaster now dominating the possession a lot more. They've had 2 very, very, very good chances since they conceded. The first was a mistake by Belford, actually back into the team in place of McIntyre, who played so well over the last couple of games. It was a missed kick which gave number 10 Bailey an opportunity. He squared it to an attacker in the middle. I couldn't quite catch the number on the back of his shirt, but he put it past Belford, but luckily Tom Miller was stood there on the lines to make a vital clearance. It really was a massive block for him to keep Radcliffe in the advantage in this game. And then only a couple of minutes later, it was the other Miller, it was the other Bailey, Simon Bailey, who's the right wing back for Lancaster here. He robbed Johnny Thornley on the edge of his own area. Had a great opportunity to put the ball past Belford, took his shot, it looked to be heading to the back of the net. But then out of nowhere, Taylor Jones made a brilliant block. So it's certainly been Lancaster in this first 15 minutes that have dominated play, but they haven't got the goal yet. Radcliffe still in the ascendancy. So with them just creating a fairly dangerous chance through Luca Navarro from a free kick there. So very finely poised here, but it's looking set up to be good games.
Cheers, Theo. Big game for Radcliffe this afternoon as Atherton come forward here in the big game at the Newton. Tried to chip the ball to O'Neill, but Moore cuts it out and passes it to Kenny. Kenny then goes back to Moore. Moore spreads the ball wide to Williams. He's able to bring it down under very little pressure, and he finds Gilboy. Very building with good patience here. Gilboy has it. He goes to Williams. Williams plays a lovely ball down the line to Brazil. He's able to run past the defenders, but it's a good tackle in the end there by Nathan Teo, and it's out for a throw-in. Good afternoon to Stuart in West London, who says he's listening this afternoon. Appreciate your tweets. As William takes this throw-in for Berry, he finds Brazil. Brazil goes back to Williams. Williams thought about the cross, but instead goes back to Rowney. Wharton asks for it, but he goes back to Moore instead. Berry again just keeping patient on the centre circle. Nicely spread ball though there to Kenny, who plays a through ball to Wharton. Loses out, but Abasoto's able to collect the loose ball. Takes on Chadwick. Plays it back to Kenny. He plays the ball into the box. No one really near it for there, and Gilbo tries to run after it and keep the ball in. He does so, but unfortunately for Berry, his back heel goes out for a goal kick. Oh, it's a corner rather, sorry. Didn't see a touch there, but yet another corner. Hopefully Berry can finally make one pay. 20 minutes gone in this one, still 0-0. Berry are 6 points away from guaranteeing a playoff spot, but we all know they'll be pushing for automatic promotion. As Rowney takes it, chips it towards Ben Wharton, but it's headed away by Teo. Nearly hits under the bar there. It had to be tipped over by Culkin, and it's yet another corner. You have to feel that, Adam, that surely they'll make one of these count.
Well, it's certainly building up to that, Andy. I think this must be at least, the 6th or 7th corner in the last, 20 minutes. And surely, as I said, I think it was at the 2nd or 3rd, they've got to make these attempts pay. Culkin certainly under pressure.
As Randy plays it towards the 6-yard box, headed away by O'Neill of Atherton. Holt tries to win it, but it's brought away by Lawrence. He finds Boyles, but he loses out. Ball bouncing around in the halfway line. Referee blows for a handball against Moore. A few ironic cheers from the crowd. Obviously a couple of Atherton fans here this afternoon. Do you want to take a guess at the attendance today, Adam, looking around?
Well, yeah, you're probably looking at sort of 1,400 plus. we'll see when the official figure comes in. So it's going to be an interesting one. Afternoon to Liam Page, who's sent a tweet saying, watching Bury AFC while listening to Roach Valley Radio, can't think of anything better. And it looks like it's only a few seats down from us. I'm just looking to see if I can see the pink hat that's involved in his picture.
As Atherton have it now inside Bury's half. Plays the ball through to Boyles, but it was cut out easily by Rowney. His clearance, though, isn't a good one, and now Atherton have a chance to come forward again. It's with Chadwick, but he plays a loose ball to Williams, and Williams now drives forward, tries to play Wharton in. However, his ball ends up at the feet of Culkin.
Well, we found them in the crowd. They're giving me a nice wave away to our left-hand side there. So it's, I think it's safe to say they're our closest listeners this afternoon. We'll see who can pick up the award for the furthest away.
What do they get for it, Adam? What's the reward or the award they get?
Just pride, Andy. Just pride.
What's pride? As Girlboy now has it, he takes on Smith. He's able to sort of get a bit of space, but that's a good tackle there by Robertson, allowing Atherton to come forward. It's with Wright now, he has some space to drive. He plays a nice ball to O'Neill, but it's overhit. And Axon has to come out his box and hit it out for a throw-in. As the referee ties his laces. And he blows up for something. With that, we'll go for a quick update from Joe Heaton as Ramsbottom are in action this afternoon. No, I don't think we are going to listen to Joe Heaton. Unfortunately, he's stuck with my dulcet tones. As Atherton now in the box, O'Neill takes a shot on goal, but it's over the bar, hit the stanchion behind. As we will now listen to Joe Heaton.
Newcastle Town. Rami had the best chance of the game just after you were last with me. It fell to John Murphy.
As we lose Joe Heaton there, we're having a wonderful afternoon in the technical side of things. Adam Clark is really relaxed next to me. I don't know if that's a grimace or a smile.
It's not been the easiest afternoons. Let's try once more. Joe Heaton. I was going to say third time lucky, but
it's not working well today. But what is working well is this game of football, which I don't think is the greatest link I've ever done. But Ben Wharton blocked down the clearance from Lawrence, and it's out for a goal kick. Good afternoon to Becca Hollinsworth, who's listening to the game today inside the ground.
Well, actually, she's the closest. She's beaten Liam down about three rows away, literally virtually in front of my seat here. So if that hat bobble gets in the way, I'll be sure to get rid.
As Culkin will take a goal kick once more. I think him and Rowney are in a competition to see who can take the most set pieces, to be honest with you.
Well, at least Chris Rowney's staying the ground.
Yes. It's quite catty from you, that, Adam. That's not like you.
Well, that's just exactly proved me wrong as it went.
His kicks are getting more and more central as the game goes on. As Williams now plays the ball down the line to Gilboy, difficult for him to keep it in. And yeah, he does just run out of play. Close to the corner flag to be taken by Daniel Smith. I'll be honest, I'm not confident in the numbers that we've given on this team sheet, but I'm going to stick with them anyway. As Daniel Smith in his debut for Atherton throws the ball down the line. Round is able to get a touch on it, and it's another throw in. Atherton gaining some yards. Still 0-0 here, 26 minutes gone. As Hunt plays the ball forward, and it's into the hands of Culkin. Thought for a second there may have been a slight miscommunication there, but Culkin's able to collect it. As Atherton make their way forward. Knocks it down to the right-hand side. Again, it's able to be kept in. O'Neill wins the ball in front of Kenny. And Atherton now look to find a pass. The ball around the corner, but Moore's able to cut it out. It's a throw-in for Atherton. Kenny just doing a bit of clever sportsmanship, should we say, as he takes the ball away from Atherton. Throw-in to be taken by Chadwick. He finds Rawsthorne. That's good tackle there from Holt. But the ball into the box from Atherton is and collected by Atkinson. We had the chance early on for Brazil inside the first 2 minutes, but since then, not had many clear chances. Ben Wharton had the flick on. Gilboy with an acrobatic attempt. Some news from Boundary Park as well, as the game has been suspended due to a medical emergency in the crowd. We obviously all wish them well. As Moore has it for Berry. He takes the ball over the halfway line. He finds Abasoto. He takes it around the corner to Wharton. Does well to keep the ball under a couple of Atherton players, and he goes back to Rowney. Rowney tries to spray the ball wide to Gilboy, and he does so. Gilboy has some space, which is always a danger for opposition defences. He runs into the edge of the box, takes a shot, but that's blocked. And it's fallen to Brazil. Brazil, who usually shuts a nice player to watch on the ball, but he loses out, and now Atherton trying to play a quick ball forward to O'Neill. Over the top of Kenny. Deals with it well, plays it back to Atkinson. Ball was bobbling for both of them, but they're able to deal with it. Although Atherton now come forward. Chadwick has it. He's driving towards the penalty box. He plays the ball, but it's high and wide, and Boyles will try and keep it in. He does so, but then eventually he does get out of play. And it'll be a throw-in for Berry. Bit of afters between Williams and Boyles. Just getting a little bit tetchy this afternoon. Not too much, but maybe the tension from Adam as the technical difficulties happening before the game has found its way onto the pitch. As Brazil has it in his own half. He finds Moore to Rowney. Again, Berry looking to bide the time, but that's a nice ball forward to Williams on the right-hand side. He looks to take on his man. He does so. He's sort of driving towards the byline, crosses the ball in, and that's into the hands of Culkin. Didn't really get near a Berry player there, but they turned the ball around quickly there. And the long ball forward ends up back at Atkinson as Culkin and the Berry goalkeeper play their own game for a while. It's now with Kenny. He finds Brazil halfway inside Berry's half. Coming up to the half-hour mark, still 0-0. Brazil turns for his man. He finds Hunt, who's been in rare goal-scoring form of late. Only seems to do it away from home, though. He'll be hoping to get on the score sheet this afternoon. He'll definitely be hoping for a clean sheet more, but who doesn't like to get a goal every now and then? As the long ball towards Gilboy was cut out by Smith, and it's out for a throw-in for Atherton as that just hit the back of Gilboy. Good afternoon to Paul Richardson, Jimmy and Linda Briscoe, listening from Vera in Spain. Appreciate your company this afternoon. As Abasoto has it, and he plays it wide to Kenny. Kenny finds Rowney in the halfway line. Goes back to Moore now as he comes forward. It's been the story of the half, really. Berry sort of having the ball on the halfway line, taking their time. Atherton getting back into position, holding the lines well. Berry struggling to sort of find the ball. They find Williams, who plays it to Gilboy on the edge of the box. Shouts of handball, nothing given. Gilboy still has it. He's going to take a shot. It's blocked. It's out to Kenny. Berry looking to keep the pressure on, trying to find his first goal. Abasoto squares up his man. Plays the ball to the 6-yard box, and it's headed over the bar by Teo, and it's out for another corner. Yet another ball lost. And Rowney is in danger of a repetitive strain injury, takes another corner.
It certainly does. Let's, before this corner, or after this corner, we will be heading back to Newcastle Town and see how the opening half hour has gone there for Rami.
As you say, we'll take this corner first. Could this be the breakthrough? Berry only leaving 2 men back with the 2 Atherton players. Chris Holt has made his way forward this time. Rowney takes it, and And it's punched away by Culkin. Falls to Moore, who takes a nice shot. Saved. Hunt takes a shot. Wharton then takes one. That's blocked again. It's a scramble in the 6-yard box. Falls to Holt, but it's cleared by Atherton.
I think John Hunt got involved there as well.
He did. It was hard to see exactly. There were so many bodies in the way. It's at the far end. It's out for a throw-in on the halfway line. With that, we'll go to Newcastle Town for an update on Ramsbottom from Joe Heaton.
Can you hear me all right, Andy?
We can indeed, Joe.
Thank God for that. Since the last time you've been to me, there was actually a brilliant chance for Ramsbottom, and it fell to John Murphy. The ball through from Domain Rouse, and marauding run, and Murphy's shot was blocked.
As there's been a goal at Bury, our timing has just worked out brilliantly this afternoon. It's a goal by Harry Brazel. It was a throw-in from Matty Williams. Ball was played to the 6-yard box, and there was Harry Brazel to slot it home nicely with his left foot. As Bury take the lead, 32 minutes in. It said the pressure was building for Bury. I'm sure the media team at Bury will be happy that commentary show had the update from Ramsbottom as the goal went in. Johnny Bass will thank you later for that, Adam.
He certainly will. I don't think he's in the press box away to our right. He's out doing a bit of filming, so we'll get away with that one. No, good goal from Harry Brazel. That's his first since October. It's good to have him in the guest commentary position a few weeks ago, but he's back in scoring form on the pitch. He's 5th of the season, and as I said, he's first since October.
Today he's just getting better as Wharton was through, but it's given offside. And we'll go back to Joe now. Apologies for cutting you off there, but we'll get your update now.
No problem, Andy. Cheers. Just going to say, Will Lloyd almost dispossessed Stewart in the Ramsbottom goal. He got away with that one. Looked a bit nervy so far, Stewart, at Ramsbottom. It is still 0-0 here, though. Vale for Newcastle Town had a good strike from the edge of the box, well saved. But like I say, the past 10 or 15 minutes have been a bit slow. Just looking towards half-time now. Final 10 minutes is still Newcastle Town 0, Ramsbottom United 0.
Thanks, Joe. 0-0 there. 1-0 for Radcliffe in their game away at Lancaster. 1-0 here for Bury. Well, they have been in the ascendancy, but that's a loose ball. And now Atherton come forward with Boyles. That's a good tackle from Hunt rather. It's O'Neill though, comes into the box, taking on Kenny. Kenny stands up well, and he hits it out for a corner. Atkinson had to go back scrambling then as the ball was lost. It's the first corner here for Atherton, and an opportunity to fill the box and try and get back into this game. Be taken by Abbott. It's going to be a left foot in swinger. Plenty of players forward for Atherton. Plenty of players around Atkinson. The ball's into the 6-yard box, and that's away from everybody, and it's out for a goal kick. Disappointing there for Atherton. Was an opportunity to put some pressure on, but it was a poor delivery in the end from Abbott. Atkinson takes the goal kick to Moore. Good time to remind you that today's Bury AFC coverage is brought to you by RC Solutions Pitch Care. First choice for all your turf needs. Head to their website, rcsolutionspitchcare.co.uk for more. They're also contactable on social media. Did you know that, Adam?
I did. As you reminded me on Tuesday night.
As Atherton have it now on the halfway line with Rawsthorne. He goes down under the challenge though from Kenny, and it's a free kick for Atherton.
And there's been a goal to tell you about Newcastle Town, Joe Heaton. Which way has it gone?
It's a goal for the hosts. It's 1-0 to Newcastle Town, and his son of the coach, Tommy van der Laan, who's got that header. It's a cross ball in from a free kick given away by Ramsbottom. Whipped ball into the box and a great header into the back of the net. Newcastle Town leading in this one. Like I said before, not too much had happened recently, but that goal out of nowhere, Newcastle Town have the lead.
Thanks, Joe. Disappointing result for Lee Donaghy so far. That free kick was played towards Atkinson. He's able to collect it. Rawsthorne then came in late, knocked the ball loose. Free kick was given. Didn't think it was too bad a challenge, but Matty Williams took umbrage with it. But Bury now have it with Williams. He knocks it back to Hunt. Hunt plays the ball along his own 18-yard line to Moore. He continues spreading it wide to Kenny, who knocks it forward to Wharton. Under pressure, though, and he loses the ball. And it ends up back at the hands of Culkin. Wanted a free kick there, Wharton, but nothing given. I don't think there was anything really in it. As the fans start bouncing at the far end. Don't know if that's down to the game or just the cold. I definitely regret not wearing gloves. I blame the wife for not telling me to bring them, to be honest with you. As Hunt plays it to Moore. Moore plays it again to Kenny, as we've seen a number of times this afternoon. Abasoto has it. He tries to play it inside to Holt, but he loses out. It's now with O'Neill. A lovely turn there for Abasoto, leaving Chadwick on his backside. Abasoto then finds Wharton, who then loses out to Chadwick. Bit of a naughty challenge there, really, from Wharton. He sort of caught the ankle of Chadwick, who gets up straight to his feet.
And that message has got through.
Yeah, I think I'm in trouble there. That'll be a free kick just inside Atherton's own half. Be taken by Adam Lawrence. What the man we suspect to be Adam Lawrence. Again, I'm not confident in these numbers.
I think Atherton tweeted the correct with these numbers before the game, so we'd expect them to be right.
You'd hope so, as the free kick is headed on by Robertson, but it's straight to Atkinson, who takes it quickly for Williams. He then finds Brazell, the goal scorer. He loses possession, though, to Robertson. And Robertson then kicks it out of play, but he's fouled by Brazell. The ball had gone out for a throw-in already, but referee obviously wasn't happy with the challenge. And it'll be a free kick for Atherton just on the halfway, or just inside, Berry's half.
And while the player is down, let's head over to the Giant Axe and check in with Theo Hewson-Betts. Last time we heard Ratcliffe were leading by a goal to nil. Is that still the case?
It is, Adam. Yeah, we've just had a fairly long stoppage in play here with the Lancaster keeper, Felix, down injured for a long stretch of time. He's been replaced in net by Steele, a centre-half who started the match, with Anderson coming on in centre-half. So we now have an outfielder playing in net. There was no substitute keeper on the bench for Lancaster. The game's evened out a lot. There's still probably about 10 minutes to play due to stoppages. He's still offside there, yeah. But we had a few chances, a decent headed chance for the Lancaster number 9, Rodwell Grant. It was a long throw in from the right. That was Bailey throwing it in from the right-hand side, and he had a decent opportunity just around the penalty area, but could only head over the bar. And then just second after that, Jean-Louis Akmarko, who's having an exceptional game. You know, there have been many points this season where I've watched him and thought, you know, is Cole Hall a better option? Is he really the player that Radcliffe needs to play on top and partner Bobby Grant? But he's been absolutely exceptional today. Aerially, he's winning. He's not lost a header, I don't think, all game, which is the same as it's the same record that he got against Stafford Rangers. Didn't lose a header after he came on in that match. He peeled off just to the edge of the area and collected a headed clearance. Took one touch and half volleyed it towards the same bottom corner that he scored in right at the beginning of this match. Went narrowly wide, prompted a oohs and ahs from the audience, from the crowd here, but just trickled wide, unfortunately. And then, as I said, we had the injury to the keeper, so we do now centre-half Steele playing in net for Lancaster City.
Thanks, Theo. Missed a good opportunity here for Berry. Chris Holt hit the post from a lovely shot. Nice half volley at the edge of the box. In fact, you missed plenty while you were gone, to be fair. But it's still 1-0 here, as the ball from Atherton was knocked forward by Lawrence, but it's in the hands of Atkinson. Hunt just taking his time to put his boot on properly. It's obviously just fallen off slightly. With his all black, which you wouldn't expect anything else from a centre-half, would you?
No,
really?
you wouldn't.
Although that's got, you know, a base layer on. I'm not too sure how I feel about that, but we'll let him off. It is a windy afternoon. Plenty of thick jackets around us. As Abasoto plays it to Rowney. Rowney then plays the ball wide to Williams. Brings it down well then. It's now with Brazell. but it's out for a throw-in as I lose my papers there quite irresponsibly.
Oh.
And it's out for a throw-in. First time the ball goes into the car park this afternoon. 42 minutes in, that must be some sort of record. As another ball comes onto the pitch, Williams will be taking this throw-in. The drumming full effect this afternoon. Wharton flicks onto Brazil, but that's cut out by Atherton. Hunt plays a nice header forward. It's now with Williams, though, and he finds Rowney. Rowney plays a nice ball to Gilboy. He tried to turn Smith, but Smith fouled Gilboy. It's a free kick now for Bury. Another opportunity to play the ball into the box. Chris Rowney's been a busy man this afternoon. He obviously joined the club from Ashton United, formerly of Oldham, Mosley, Woodley Sports and Curzon Ashton. He hasn't scored since September, but he's trying to get assists this afternoon from his set pieces. He's had plenty of opportunity. Nothing really has come of them so far. No real attempts that were close. Again, two players forward for Atherton as Rowney finally takes it towards the back post towards Moore, but it's headed away by Smith. Gilboy now has it in the box. He puts the ball in, but it's then out for another corner. Crowd again getting back into it. Chris Rowney, I think I've said his name more than anybody else this afternoon, or even this week, to be honest with you. We'll take it again. Only one man forward for Atherton this time. Maybe that man made the difference as Rowney now takes it. 6-yard box up to Moore's Hunt, but it's headed away by Atherton. Abasota now has it running away from goal. Squares up his full-back again, plays a right-footed cross in towards Brazil.
What a header!
Lovely ball, lovely header. Great goal from Bury to take a 2-goal lead. 44 minutes gone. It was a lovely ball from Abasota with his right foot. And Brazil leapt in just in front of the goalkeeper, Culkin. And it's a second goal for the attacking midfielder for Bury. And what a first half for Bury AFC, Adam Clark.
Well, you could say he jumped like a gazelle there, Andy. A great ball in. Harry Brazil there. 2 goals this afternoon in the opening 44 minutes. That's his 6th of the season. And the first goal was good. That second one even better.
And at least we could bring it to you this time around, this afternoon. But it was a lovely weighted ball from Soto. It was difficult for him to deal with. And Brazil, I won't say leapt like a gazelle, but there's a lovely jump to get in front of the goalkeeper, Culkin. And Bury take a 2-goal lead. 1 minute of added time to be played. That could be the difference. A difficult time to concede that for Atherton. As Wharton now has it on the edge of the box as Bury look to try and add a third. The ball's played in, but it's into the hands of Culkin. And the pressure ends there. It did come from a corner eventually. Okay, it wasn't direct, but the ball was played. It was cleared by Atherton. Abasota collected it and played a nice ball into the box. And I think that will just ease some of the tension slightly. Although Atherton have shown they can come from behind, as they did midweek. Granted, that was only 1 goal they were in deficit by, but not long left and they managed to win it. So Bury will know that Atherton won't be going anywhere as Gilboy tries to bring it down in front of Smith, and he does so. He's facing the sideline at the moment. Williams comes in to support, but Gilboy keeps it instead. Gets past his man, now towards the edge of the box, takes a shot, but it's centre of goal, and it's collected by Culkin. But Gilboy's been a real threat this afternoon, running at his defenders, and almost got another goal there. Adam Clark.
He certainly did, and a good run from him on the right-hand side. I think it will be the last action of the first half, and it nearly was 3 there as the fans leap up around us. 2 great goals, as we said, from Harry Brazil and Gilboy, and others have looked dangerous.
They have indeed. It was a tight half, really, but Bury with most of the possession. They were taking their time, trying to find the right final ball. And again, it was Brazil who broke the deadlock with a nice left-footed finish early on. But that header was a brilliant leap. It was a brilliant ball in from Soto. They were both as good as each other. And Berry Tucker have taken a commanding 2-goal lead in this one. Again, just at the wrong time for Atherton to concede, but it was a lovely goal to end the half on. Andy Welsh will be making sure the players are staying focused in the second half. But a commanding lead at half-time, Adam.
It certainly is. Let's head to the game between Newcastle Town and Ramsbottom United. Half-time there. Joe Heaton, what's the latest?
Yeah, half-time whistle was just blown. Half-time score: Newcastle Town 1, Ramsbottom United 0. It's been not too bad of a performance, to be fair, from Ramsbottom United. They probably had the better of the opening stages. The best chance in the first minute for Ramsbottom, or one of the chances, fell to Aaron Fleming. His effort, after he cut in past the defender, was well saved by Joseph Slynn. After that, Newcastle started to come back into the game. They had a couple of headers that went wide, and then Jack van der Laan had an effort from the edge of the box that was well saved by Stewart. Murphy had another attempt as well. His shot was blocked, well saved in the end from the defender there. There's a couple of nervy moments for Tom Stewart as well in the Ramsbottom goal. He nearly got dispossessed by Will Lloyd as that ball went around him and he had to clear it, came back off Lloyd and then into Stewart's arms, thankfully for him. And then approaching the 35th minute is when Newcastle Town took the lead across from the free kick from Ethan Vale, and his cross found the head of Tommy van der Laan. He leaped over all the Ramsbottom United defenders into the far corner. No chance for Tom Stewart in the Ramsbottom goal. Strong challenge from John Murphy at the edge of from the end of the half, should I say. Couple of calls from the Newcastle players for maybe a red card. It was a strong challenge and players reacted to it straight away. A bit of a scuffle on the pitch as well, but that was resolved and Murphy was in the book. So it's been, I think Lee Donoghue will be really disappointed to be 1-0 down at the break. Not too many clear-cut chances for either side. Like I say, Rammy probably had the better chances out of the two from the whole half, but they do find themselves behind by 1-0.
Thank you very much, Joe. Let's head to the... we can't head to the Giant Axe at the moment. We're going to see if we could get the latest from Theo there. Obviously, first half still going on there due to that injury to the Lancaster goalkeeper. Only joined the club yesterday, so not a great debut. We've got an update from Oldham, the spectator in question that was involved in the medical emergency is now in a stable condition. Our very own James Weston has relayed that one back to us from Boundary Park. So the second half the first half still going on there. They played about 15 minutes when the delay began, and they have got about 20-minute delay there, so they'll be considerably behind us there. So we'll get a half-time score there. It's still 0-0 in the opening stages of that first half. There, Rochdale Mayfield, last we heard, were leading by 18 points to 6 at half-time in the Challenge Cup. We've had no further updates on that one. That should be coming towards a close there. Elsewhere, Sedgley Park not in action this afternoon. That is due to a COVID outbreak in the Sedgley Park camp. We will get an update from Theo Houghton-Betts very shortly. Radcliffe leading Lancaster by a 0-0, and I don't want to jinx it, Andy Smythe, but it seems like it could be a good afternoon for Radcliffe so far.
Yeah, good start to the game, obviously, and losing the goalkeeper and having to bring on an outfield player to go in net isn't the most ideal for Mark Fell. So it's obviously a good start, but I'm obviously really impressed with how Bobby Grant's done since taking over as manager there. Obviously, Lee Fowler, we felt built a good squad, a good side, but couldn't really get the players going. And now with Bobby Grant, they're playing well, they're scoring goals, and they've got a lot of ability there. So I think Bobby Grant's doing an excellent job, and at the moment, looks like they're going to have a good afternoon.
It certainly does. Let's have a look at some other half-time scores for you from around the country. No Premier League action this afternoon, so we'll start in the Championship. Barnsley 0, Bournemouth 1, Hull 2, Swansea 0, Luton 0, Blackburn 0, Middlesbrough 0, Coventry 0, Millwall 0, West Brom 0, Preston 0, Bristol City 1, QPR 3, Reading 0. In League 1, it is Accrington 2, Morecambe 2, Wimbledon 1, Shrewsbury 0, Bolton 2, Sunderland 0, Cheltenham 0, Wigan 0, Crewe 0, Rotherham 1, Doncaster 1, Plymouth 1, Fleetwood 0, Cambridge 0, Gillingham 0, Oxford 3, Lincoln 0, Burton 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Ipswich 0, Wickham 0, MK Dons 1. In League 2, it's Bradford City 1, Crawley 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Walsall 0, Carlisle 0, Sutton 2, Colchester 0, Swindon 0, Exeter 0, Hartlepool 0, Mansfield 1, Leyton Orient 0, Newport 2, Barrow 0, Northampton 1, Salford 0, Oldham 0, Rochdale 0, that's the latest score, Port Vale 0, Scunthorpe 0, Stevenage 2, Harrogate 0, and Tranmere 0, Forest Green Rovers 2. Let's now go to the Giant Axe and get the latest from Theo Hewson-Betts. Has it hit half-time, Theo?
Yeah, we've just ticked over to half-time, Adam, and it's still 1-0 to Radcliffe. They scored very early on in the game, thanks to a brilliant Jean-Louis Parkrow finish. Luca Navarro got the assisted out with a lovely dink ball over the top to him. Lancaster had chances to come back into the game, largely down the right-hand side with their wing-back Bailey, but brilliant blocks from first Tom Miller and then Taylor Jones ensured that it was kept level. We had a long stoppage in play when the Lancaster goalkeeper Felix had to be escorted off the pitch, but he was replaced in it by Steele, who started the game at centre-half for Lancaster. He's done well enough since stepping in between the sticks, but has made one or two little saves, and his kicking's been as good as you would expect from a centre-half playing at goalkeeper. Anderson's come on for them. He's playing in the back three now. Radcliffe are leading the game, but it's been fairly even, and they can be counting their lucky stars that they managed to get the early goal here, because chances have been few and far between for them since.
Thank you very much, Theo. It is half-time there. Lancaster 0, Radcliffe 1. It's the Giant Axe. What a name for a stadium there. We'll get an update, hopefully, very shortly on what's happening with Rochdale Mayfield. They were leading by 18 points to 6 against West Hull at half-time. Don't forget, Rugby League returns to Roach Valley Radio tomorrow as we bring you commentary of Rochdale Hornets and their second-round Challenge Cup tie against the Midlands Hurricanes. That's kicking off at 1 o'clock. Myself and Mark Wynn will be bringing you that one. We'll be on air from 12:30, so do join us for that. Heading towards the second half here. Bury leading Atherton LR by 2-0. And if you want to have your say on any of today's action, whether it be our local sides or anywhere else around the country, we'll stretch it to that. You can join myself and Andy over on Twitter Spaces on the Roach Valley Radio Twitter page from 5:30 this afternoon. So do join us for that. Quite a classic football song, you could say, Andy, playing over the PA system at the moment.
Now, obviously, you're a very young lad, Adam. Do you know which World Cup this was linked to? This is the theme for a World Cup.
France '98.
Look at you go.
Well, given the name of the song, it's it had to be one of the years that France have had it.
Were you even born then?
No, I wasn't.
Unbelievable.
Well, you must have only been a couple of years old in that.
I don't want to disclose my age. No, I was 7 during the France '98.
So yeah,
I know I've got boyish young looks, but no, I was 7 in '98.
Well, no one would have thought that, Andy. So I know it's an audio medium, but
well, not anymore. We're going digital, aren't we?
Well, we are. You would have
trying a few things out.
You would have seen Andy's boyish good looks in the in our video on Twitter prior to the game. If you haven't seen that already, then do head over and take a look at that. Andy would be very appreciative of you having a watch.
I might delete it
that.
later. I might delete it later.
We are heading towards the start of the second half here. A few Atherton staff made their way out a short time ago. What do you think the message will be from them?
I think it's a difficult one, given the fact that they conceded just before half-time. I think at 1-0, they would say they're very much still in it. You know, they didn't really cause any threats going forward, but they also defensively were quite solid. They didn't allow for many opportunities for Bury, but that second goal just changed the game a little bit and makes it a difficult team to give. I think they'll definitely be saying, get one, get back into it. Bury might get a bit nervy, the fans might get a bit nervy, and you might be able to nick an equaliser, and then it's all bets are off type of thing. So I think that's what will be. They'll be keen to get that next goal, just to get back into the game, but it does make it difficult when they concede so late in the half.
It certainly does. Joe, heading back to you, what do you think the message will be from Ramsbottom United's coaching staff?
I think they'll be happy with the performance levels. I think they'll obviously just be really disappointed with the way they conceded the goal, especially from a set piece. They've got some tall lads in the middle, have Newcastle Town, and that's one of the reasons why they took the lead. The tallest man on the pitch, Tommy van der Laan, got the header, and they were 1-0 up. There wasn't too much to really separate the sides. I reckon 0-0 is probably a fair reflection on how the first half went. So I think Lee will be really disappointed, and he'll get across to his players how they've done really well going forward. They've created some chances. Maybe he'd want a few more testing the Newcastle Town goalkeeper. But other than that, defensively they've been okay. There's been a couple of lacklustre moments, like I say, from Tom Stewart. But other than that, it's been a fairly positive afternoon for Ramsbottom. It's just the scoreline that's letting them down at the moment.
Thank you very much, Joe. We'll be back to you for regular reports in this second half as Atherton LR reappear for the second half. Doesn't look like they're going to make any changes. Or Bury, it's unlikely that we'll see that either. All the Bury subs have been out at half time, so I don't think it'll be any need for any subs, Andy, unless there's any injuries from a Bury perspective.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, we're still without a Bury team at the moment, but no, I wouldn't have thought there'd be any subs. And sort of said it just before kick-off, I do think this is his strongest 11. I think it's his most balanced 11. I think it's his most exciting to watch, to be honest with you. So I very much doubt there'll be any changes at this point. They'll obviously try and get the third to arguably put the game to bed and then look to bring changes on. But again, you know, we talk about the quality of the side when you've got the likes of Tom Greaves, Adam McWilliam on the bench. You know, and even Danny O'Brien. You know, there's good players here. So anyone they bring on will do well. But no, this in particular, this 11 is, I do think, his strongest 11. So I don't think there'll be any changes as yet, given the fact that they're 2-0 up.
Two teams are now back out. Evening to, or afternoon, I should say, to Jamie in Newcastle, who's just sent us a tweet. If you do want to get in touch with us this afternoon, you can do at Roach Valley Radio across social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also send us an email, sports@roachvalleyradio.com, as the officials just make their final checks. The final couple of members of Bury staff, the physio department of Aidan Bowen, Alan Raw. To see a blast from the past at Alan Raw. Not that I remember his first spell at Bury, but it's good to see him involved nonetheless. Andy Welsh just making his way. He's had to go the long way round the back of the net with what looks like a cup of tea.
Are you jealous of his cup of tea? It's getting a bit cold now, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I was just thinking that, but it's more of a what's your half-time beverage, Andy? I know it's.
Well, it depends if I'm on air or not.
Well, I was going to say if you're on air.
You can't beat a Bovril. I'm sorry, it's the classic. You can't beat it. As we get underway in this second half, Ben Wharton was the man to do it. And the ball's played towards Borton quickly by Hunt. But it's cleared by Atherton high into the sky. That's a good, strong header from Moore. But it's only to O'Neill. O'Neill then plays it wide to Boyles. Chance early on for Atherton. In the second half, ball's played in, but Atkinson does well under pressure to collect it. Like I said, key for Atherton now is to get back into the game early. get that goal to at least give them a chance to put some pressure on. You mentioned that the top goal scorer, Luke Nichols, was missing from the game, and you do wonder how much that has impacted. Obviously, Alex O'Neill is playing today, who's the second top goal scorer with 7, but that's a long way behind. As Atherton try and clear, but that's well blocked by Brazil, who's on a hat-trick. And it's picked up by Culkin. Brazil obviously recently back from injury. He's been a key performer for Bury since he joined this season. And that kick from Culkin goes all the way out for another goal kick at Bury. He's not had much joy with keeping the ball in play from his kicks this afternoon. Have we found out if he's any relation to the former Premier League and Port Vale goalkeeper Nick Culkin?
We've not, no.
So that's a sporting fact that you're not aware of. This is...
Well, if Maurice Dixon had been sat in the seat, and, you'd have probably got the...
I'm sorry. As the ball's at the back for Bury with Hunt. He plays it long down the right-hand side towards Borton, who brings it down beautifully under pressure. He tries to flick it around the corner to Brazil, but it's well intercepted by Robertson of Atherton, and he slips as he goes to clear, and it's a throw-in for Bury. Matt Williams to take it. He goes all the way back to Hunt, who plays it across the field to his centre-back pairing partner, rather, Moore. They've built a good, strong partnership of late. The two centre-backs for Bury. Not played all that much together until fairly recently. And they've been a mainstay for a while. Ibrahim obviously played during the cup game against. Good challenge there from Hunt on the halfway line. Gives a free kick. Blade there, the referee. He's going to go to the book as well. I thought that was a good challenge from him. It was a strong one. But he did seem to win the ball, and the Atherton player, Boyles, is still down. I don't know how you saw it, Adam, but I just thought it was a good challenge. It was a strong one, but he got the ball.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you there, Andy. It's not often we agree when it comes to defensive challenges. It might look like John Hunt's going to go in the book for that as well.
Yeah, he has got his notebook out with the referee. First booking of the afternoon for a Bury man. He's taking his time with it as well. It's quite a short name to write down, to be honest with you, Hunt, so I don't know what's taking him so long. But it's a free kick for Atherton just inside Bury's half. Quite a high line from Bury as they try and defend this one. It's on the left-hand side as we look from behind the goal. Ball's played now into the edge of the box. Slip there from Hunt, but Moore gets underneath it and tries to clear. Still on the edge of the box. Ball's bouncing around. It's with Rawsthorne. He finds Chadwick, whose cross is blocked out by Abasoto, and it's a throw-in just by the corner flag on the right-hand side for Atherton. As a Radcliffe flag blows in the background. So they were 1-0 up at half-time away at Lancaster. Bobby Grant will be hoping they can cling on there, as his throw will be taken by Smith. He was on the left-hand side in the first half, so I don't know if this is a full change or they just feel like his throwing might bring back a result. He plays it long into the box. It's a long one towards Moore. And he heads it out for a corner. Robertson was the Atherton man nearest to it, but Moore dealt with it well. It's now a corner rather to be taken by Josh Abbott. He's made 23 appearances this season. His first appearance was against Bury. He whipped the ball in left-footed towards Robertson again, but it's headed away by Williams. Ball still with Atherton though, with Wright. He's got Rowney alongside him, but his ball through from Wright was blocked out by Williams. It's another corner from Atherton. 5 minutes gone here. They've made a good start to this second half. We said they needed to, given the situation of the game being 2-0 down. And they'll look to cause problems here from an in-swinging corner from Ollie Wright. He steps up, takes it, it's low, but it's flicked on and falls to the 6-yard box, slid towards goal, well blocked, scrambled, the shot eventually goes over the bar. Real chance there for Atherton. It's a goal-mouth scramble, really. Ball bouncing around everywhere. I think it eventually fell to Chadwick, who wasn't able to keep his head over the ball, and he lent back, pulling it over the bar. Luckily for Bury, it went only for a goal kick. But that was a chance, and that will give Atherton confidence, no doubt. As Holt now plays the ball to Gilboy. Gilboy now with Smith in company. He tries to find Williams, and he cuts out well by Smith on his debut. Nice pass there between him and Abbott. Means the ball's now with Boyles, but he's tackled, and it's out for a Atherton throw. To be taken by Smith, just by the Atherton bench. I'm sure they were disappointed to have been 2-0 down at the half after defending so stoutly most of the game. As Smith goes quite far forward, and it's cut out by Williams. Eventually, it's another throw-in. Atherton having most of the possession so far in this half. Andy Welsh should be hoping that his players can get their foot on the ball, start dictating play again. So the throw-in from Smith goes into the box. Good header away by Moore. Only as far as Rawstorm, though. Takes a nice shot. It's a good save by Atkinson. Ball still in play. Shot in from Boyles in the 6-yard box. Another great save by Atkinson. Not quite sure how Rawstorm missed that one. It was an initial chance from Atherton that went towards Atkinson's top right-hand corner. Good double-handed save. Ball was still bouncing around. Played back into the 6-yard box. Rawstorm tried to flick it round the corner. And it was a reactionary save from Atkinson, keeping Bury 2-0 up.
Yeah, good double save there from Jack Atkinson. It'll be if it ends this way, it'll be the first game in 7 where Atherton LR have failed to score. But you can certainly see the danger that they have.
There's a free kick for Bury from that clearance from Atkinson. Wharton was fouled by Teo. There's a bit of Athers there as well, really. He lent on Wharton a bit longer than he needed to as the free kick's quickly taken. Tried to feed in Gilboy. Bit wide for him, but he does collect the ball by the corner flag on the right-hand side. He goes back and he's tackled by Smith. It's a throw in here. This one probably a situation to keep an eye on is Wharton and Teo. I think there's no love lost between them at the moment. As Williams looks to take the throw in. Takes it back to Rowney. Rowney thinks about the cross. Instead he goes back to Williams, who does play the cross in towards the penalty spot. Brazil with an acrobatic effort again, and just it's wide. It's out for a corner. The goalkeeper wasn't sure where it was going. Culkin, he ended up shooting it out and blow some air out there as he thought. I think he was just going to nip under again. Brazil, fancy his hat trick for this afternoon. You probably feel he might get one. Another goal at Newcastle, but we'll stay here for the corner first. Again, the corner's hidden behind the Perpex box. I'm sure it's Rowney, my good friend this afternoon. As Rowney plays it in towards Holt, but that's headed away by Abbott. Gilboy still has it. Rowney now plays it. Plays the Holt inside the box, cuts it on his right foot, takes a shot. That's over the bar. And with that, we'll go to Joe Heaton for an update between Newcastle and Ramsbottom.
Yeah, cheers, Andy. It's an equaliser for Ramsbottom. It's now 1-1 between the sides, and Newcastle really started the second half on the front foot, but just from a corner. The first real attack that Rami had of the second half. The ball came and it was flicked on by Murphy, and in the end, Domain Rouse got on the end of it. I think it was Rouse. There's a few players in there who were challenging for the ball, but Murphy's flick on fell to the man, and he headed home to make it 1-1. Like I say, Newcastle really on this end today at the crossbar in the first couple of minutes of the second half. It was Lovett, the substitute, came on just before half-time for Walsh, and his strike came back off the bar, and Ramsbottom got the goal straight from that. So it's 1-1 here at Newcastle Town.
Thanks, Joe. Lee Donofrio will be happy to get back in this one. Obviously feeling the pressure slightly, listening to his interview before the game with our very own Charlie Ratton and Steve Allington. As Bury now come forward. Nice pass there to Williams. He takes on his man, Smith. He plays the ball into the box, but that's into the hands of Culkin. Nice drive forward there from Williams, but his cross was too close to Culkin, who plays the ball towards right, but that's too far ahead of him, and it's out for a throw-in. I think it's a bit of frustration starting to grow now between Atherton outfielders and Culkin. His distribution has not been where they need it to be. Culkin in a fluorescent pink. Pink seems to be the colour of choice for goalkeepers in this league at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah,
we see a lot of them. I'm sure all the sportswear manufacturers are quickly building the depth of the pink goalkeeper kits now to try and boost sales. Well, then again, maybe not. As Rowney now has it just inside his own half, brings it forward to Abasoto. Abasoto's able to turn. That's a good tackle by Chadwick. And now Wright will look to come forward to Ralston, but he's played it straight to Rowney. Rowney plays a crossfield ball to Gilboy to chase. It'll be good if he keeps it in. He does so. Tries to cut back. He does well to keep it away from Smith. He's in need of support. He eventually he tried to find Brazil, but it's cut out by Abbott. He then losing it to Rowney. A bit scrappy the last few seconds here. Wharton now has it on the edge of the box. Cuts it back to Brazil, who hits it first time. What a goal that is! Top corner. What a way to bring your hat-trick round. The ball was played back to Brazil on the edge of the box. He hit it first time.
Oh, hang on.
Curling.
No,
it is. It's just a fan on the pitch. Curling towards the top corner. And Bury are taking commanding 3-0 lead. All three from Harry Brazil. And what a finish that was, Adam.
Yeah, great strike. I said the second goal was better than the first. The third was better than the rest of them put together. Great goal from Harry Brazil. And I think our man of the match decision this afternoon is going to be quite an easy one.
Oliver Culkin. No, that was a lovely goal, that one. We had a great angle of it as well, just behind that goal. Oliver Culkin shrugs his shoulders. He didn't have much opportunity with that one. You felt as soon as the ball was laid back to Brazil, it was going to end up back there. As a fan is being thrown out.
Might be two fans being thrown out here, actually.
They're obviously not happy with, understandably so. You can't go onto the pitch, and obviously it's been a bit of a problem for Bury.
The steward's taking this fan out. Has a look at the Bury AFC women's assistant manager Steve Ainwaring. So, it's his twin there, as it's all boiling over slightly here. As
I don't know whether to commentate on that or the football, but we'll stick to the football as Atherton now have it. They did make a sub as that was going on. Sam Howell has come on for them. But it's with Bury now. Long ball play towards Wharton. He looked offside for me there, and he was. The flag has gone up as Wharton still takes a shot, even though the whistle had gone. So there's a bit of frustration there, I think, with Teo and Wharton. They're having a good tussle this afternoon, almost as good as the steward and the fan. I always forget that people can hear me when I'm sort of just stood up in the fans. Every now and then I get a bit self-conscious. It's a free kick taken by Culkin. The fans seem to be following more what's going off the pitch than on it, but we'll stick on it.
Well, it's
even Adam Clark is getting distracted.
It's still going on away down to the far
Atherton
corner.
Come forward now with Wright. He plays a ball to Chadwick. It's a good tackle from Kenny, and it comes off Chadwick, so it's a throw-in for Bury.
See, we're covering all the bases on Roach Valley Radio this afternoon. You're watching what's going on the pitch, and I'm watching what's going on off it.
Going to 14 minutes gone in the second half. 3-0 to Bury. Hat-trick for Harry Brazil. Good time to remind you that today's Bury AFC coverage is brought to you by RC Solutions Pitch Care. First choice for all your turf needs. Head to their website, rcsolutionspitchcare.co.uk for more, as well as social media. Reminder that we'll be doing a Twitter Spaces tonight on Roach Valley Radio at 5:30. If you want to give your insight to today's football, wherever you've been this afternoon, you might want to talk about Harry Brazil's hat-trick. Lee Donafhy is at Ramsbottom as Gilboy tries to come forward, but Teo comes over and cuts the ball out nicely for Atherton. Now with Hunt for Bury. He finds Williams just inside their own half. He tries to cut back, that's cut out well by O'Neill. It's a throw-in to be taken by Matty Williams. He goes back to Hunt. Hunt plays the ball across to Moore. Difficult now for Atherton to get back into this one. 3-0 down. I mean, I felt that today had the potential for a slip-up for Bury, but once again, a prediction of mine has proved to be wrong, or at least we think that, unless we've had an amazing comeback here. As the ball's cleared high and wide by the new man, Howell. And it's a throw-in for Bury. The referee making sure that Williams takes it from the right spot.
Yeah, Howell's come on for number 11, Ollie Wright.
Ollie Wright, we've done plenty of running throughout that the game so far, as Wharton was being held back by Taylor. Referee decided to ignore it. As I said, Taylor and Wharton are getting very cosy with each other. The ball's with Boyles. He goes back to Rawsthorne. Rawsthorne plays it to Abbott, and the ball eventually finds its way back all the way to Culkin. Culkin with not quite a Croy turn, but a nice turn away from Wharton, and his kick, as it's so often done this afternoon, has found the Bury man. But the loose header from Williams means that Atherton can come forward, but O'Neill is fouled by Moore. And it's a free kick for Atherton just inside the centre circle, inside Bury's half.
I'll say it's Sam Howell's first appearance in an Atherton shirt since September.
What a time to come on as well, 3-0 down.
I say it's his 12th appearance of the season, so he's not too sure whether he's spent that out with injury or just not been able to get on the get in the squad.
As the free kick's taken by Abbott, left-footed towards the back post, but that's nowhere near any player, and it's out for a goal kick. A few signs of frustration beginning to show from Atherton, which isn't all too surprising, as we're about to see the first substitution of the afternoon.
And it is going to be the hat-trick hero, Harry Brazell, that's going to be replaced by Tom Greaves.
As he gets a warm round of applause from the Bury faithful. Sure, a few Atherton fans as well. He's been the main man this afternoon. 3 really nice goals, all slightly different as well, but really well taken. But that third one was something special. He'll probably be slightly disappointed to be taken on off this early, but at 3-0 he can't complain too much, and not a bad player to bring on either with 3-0 up, Tom Greaves.
Well, I think Atherton might be quaking in the boots now with Greaves and Wharton up front. I think Greaves looks like he's going to play just slightly off Ben Wharton.
Yeah. He's a legend in Bury already, as Holt has it, turns away nicely from Howell, and he plays the ball nearly over the head of Smith, but he didn't find Gilboy, as Smith next out for a throw-in.
It's an iconic line of your commentary, that, isn't it?
As Wharton now has it, turns his man, takes a shot on goal. It's a good save from Culkin. Thought for a second it was going to get past him, but Culkin just stuck his left foot out and was able to get a block on it. Wharton turned his man easily, to be honest with you, but it was a good save by Culkin. It's another corner for Rowney and Bury. Still 2 players forward for Atherton this time. Thought they might have thrown a third forward. But Rowney will take it. He puts his arm up. Ball's played towards the back post, towards Greaves, but over them it's now with Abasoto. Abasoto with Howells in front of him. He gets past him, plays the ball in, but it's not really near anyone in. It's cleared by Rawsthorne. Ball bouncing around now with Boyles. He turns Holt well, and it's a chance for Atherton to come forward. Boyles got 3 Bury players around him. Needs support. And eventually does lose out to Kenny. And Kenny plays it back to Atkinson, who clears the lines for Bury. Gilboy tries to bring it down under the challenge of Smith. He's able to collect it. Still plenty of pressure from Smith, so he has to go back to Hunt. Hunt under no real pressure, plays it to Moore. There's been another goal at Lancaster, so we'll go there shortly. Rowney and Hunt just having a bit of keep ball between themselves. Not much happening at the moment. Still with Rowney. They look to play a quick ball forward to Wharton. Wharton has a chance to run after it with Teo around him, but that's good defending from Teo. It's out for another corner. We will hold off for the corner first before we go to Lancaster. Teo and the fans getting acquainted.
Half time, Oldham 0, Rochdale 0. The second half due to get underway in about 5 minutes there.
As for the umpteenth time, Rowney will get ready to take a corner kick. We will come to you, Theo. Don't worry, I've not forgotten you.
Does seem to be a slight connection issue to Theo. So
okay, maybe I forgot about you then. As Rowney takes it towards Hunt, it's a loop's headed towards the back post of Greaves. It's headed back into the 6-yard box, cleared by Chadwick. Holt collects it though. He finds Gilboy first time. We see Rowney instead. Rowney then to Gilboy. Chance to play a crossing. He does, but that's headed away by Teo. Still with Berry as Holt have it. He finds Rowney. Precious keeping on here for Berry. Atherton struggling to get out. It's a lovely weighted pass to Gilboy. He crosses it back towards the edge of the box to Holt. Holt then finds Abasoto just inside the box. He's one-on-one with Chadwick. Tries to cut on his right foot, but he's good tackle from Chadwick, who's now forcing Abasoto to the byline. He tries to get past his man, but he runs the ball out of play after good defending from Chadwick there. And this time we will go to Theo, who can tell us about another goal at Lancaster.
Yeah, and it is 1-1 here. Lancaster have had much the better of the second half. Really dominating proceedings, creating chances from corners and throw-ins alike. They've just got another dangerous ball to Lancaster City.
I think he was trying to tell us that was off the line there, but the connection
very
seems
quick
to have
turnaround for
broken up.
Lancaster in this game now. Lancaster lead 2-1 now in this game. A great ball in from the right-hand side, and it was Teague, the captain for Lancaster, who got on the end of it. That's 2-1 now. Both goals coming from headers, both coming from Radcliffe, failing to defend their area and allowing men in at the back post. The first was a flicked header from, get the name in front of me, Calpurthwaite, who scored the first, and then it was Teague, the captain, who scored the second. We're 15 minutes into the second half here, and it very quickly turned around from Radcliffe being 1-0 up to being 2-1 down. Back to you, Adam.
Thanks, Theo. Disappointing there for Bobby Grant to lose it so quickly. As now a slip from Atkinson means that Atherton has a chance now with O'Neill, but O'Neill just runs the ball out of play in frustration there from Culkin. There was a substitution, as you're with Theo there, for Atherton. Ben Lightfoot coming on for Mitchell Robertson. Mitchell Robertson had a slight look of Harry Brazil in terms of being slightly taller and
was for the goal, for Ramsbottom, was Aaron Fleming. He's the one who got on the end of it. And about a minute later, just after he scored, he went up the other end. A really good run, and he took a shot, left-footed strike, and it cannoned off the post and went wide. So it could have been 2 in a couple of minutes for Ramsbottom. Fleming's probably been the best player, I'd say, for Ramsbottom in today's game. Bamba has been really solid at the back as well. He's just heading one away as I speak. He's been making marauding runs forward and throwing his head and his feet in wherever he possibly can and playing it out coolly from the back. So he looks like a really good addition for this Ramsbottom side. Murphy looks lively as well up front. He could have been red carded in the first half. He stayed on the pitch and had a few chances as well. And one substitution, Eddie Cooper has come onto the field for Jack Grimshaw for Ramsbottom. So they've made that change up top. Still 1-1 here.
as the free kick from Rowney was met well by Holt and headed over the bar. It was a free header really for Holt. Plenty of action this afternoon. We keep missing. There's just too much going on.
I know.
We need more channels. As McWilliam is ready to come on at some point. I think there's a few confusion about which shirt he should be wearing.
Yeah, he did pick up the number 17 shirt, but he's.
I think it's more the shirt number as opposed to the actual shirt. He's not thinking he should be wearing an orange one, but the goal kick's taken by Culkin. Managed to stay in play this time. It's met by Williams. He knocks it down the line to Gilboy, who plays a ball over top to Greaves. Abasoto tries to get in the box. It does go towards Abasoto. That's well dealt with by Chadwick. And you know what's happening now. It's a Chris Rowney corner.
Yeah, they've certainly not been
in short supply.
No, that's true.
A bit like technical issues as Rowney takes this one. A bit shorter this time, headed away by Lightfoot. Recently coming into action. Holt then plays it towards the penalty box, headed away by Lawrence. Lightfoot tries to nip him before Rowney. He does, who slips. Lightfoot looks up and plays a ball towards Boyles. He seems to shove Kenny a little bit. Nothing given by the referee, and Atkinson is able to come out and deal with it. 26 minutes gone in this one. Still 3-0 to Bury AFC. And as it stands, a good afternoon for Andy Welsh's side. But Atherton had it now with Lightfoot. Plays the ball to Boyles, but that's out of reach of him here, and it's a goal kick for Bury. Adam McWilliam will now enter the play, and he comes on for Ben Wharton. Obviously disappointed not to get on the score sheet today, Ben, but another good performance from the Bury front man.
Yeah, indeed, Andy. Another good 70 minutes out of Ben Wharton. Adam McWilliam going to come on for this his final 20 minutes. But no, yeah, as you said, he probably will be disappointed he hasn't got on the score sheet. Had 2 in his last 2. He'll be hopefully looking to continue his goal scoring form on Tuesday.
You will indeed, as Moore has it inside his own penalty box for Bury. He then finds Holt, who goes back to Rowney. Rowney knocks the ball long towards Gilboy, but that's headed away by Smith. Ball's now in the centre circle with Lightfoot for Atherton. He goes back to Chadwick. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to Colin and Colwyn Bay. We were just talking over saying the same thing then.
Well, no, I was going to say good afternoon to Mike, who's running a 5K in the Cotswolds.
Rather you than me, Mike. As Gilboy has it now. Again, twisting and turning as he has done so often this afternoon. He finds Williams. Williams had to cut back down as he nearly ran out of room towards the byline. Goes all the way back to Holt, who plays it first time into the box, and that's cleared by Atherton. Kenny tries to win it, but he's under good pressure from Boyles. However, the ball does end up now with Williams. He goes down the line to Gilboy, who tries a nice turn there, but it was too far in front of him, and it's well dealt with by Smith. Gilboy ends up with the ball again now, after a loose ball again from Atherton. Story of their game, really, as the ball was played high into the air towards the byline, which Williams does well to keep in. Knocks it back towards Greaves, but Atherton had it now with Lightfoot. Lightfoot facing his own goal. Tries to play it to Abbott, and it's out for a corner. Not what Atherton needed. A few heads dropped there. A lot of frustration from Chadwick in particular. It is difficult. Coming up to around 15 minutes to go, just over. 3-0 down away from home. It's been a tough afternoon for them. As Rowney takes, surprisingly, a corner. Goes straight to Holt on the edge. Teo tries to put him under pressure. Holt looking for space. He finds McWilliam, who's straight into the action, but it's cut out by Chadwick. And I hope you're sitting down, because I'm going to shock you. We've got a Rowney corner. As the referee just taking on some energy. One of those, there's a word I'm looking for here. Gels, that's the word. As Rowney takes a corner towards Hunt. Lots are going to meet it, but Teo just got there before him. It's now with Rawsthorne of Atherton. That's a good challenge from Hunt. It's a throw-in for Atherton halfway inside Bury's half. Said the start of the second half was quite bright from Atherton, but that third goal killed the game, really. As Atherton make another sub. It's going to be the captain, Abbott, who departs. As we wait to see who's going to be replaced by. I'm hoping Adam Ingram might get it to me before I do. Nathan Strong coming on for them. Did you hear that from the PA?
Yeah.
That's good hearing that. I'm nearer to it as well, and I still didn't hear it. It's my age. Because I remember the France 98, that's why I couldn't hear it. That's a throw-in taken by Chadwick for Atherton. That's a good head-on by Boyles, but only as far as a Bury man. However, Atherton do have it towards the new man, Strong. That was a strong challenge from Williams. It's allowed Bury to regain possession. Hunt looks at his options as light starts to fade a little bit. Not quite been taken over by the floodlights yet, but has got darker and a little bit colder. I think if he didn't bring a woolly hat today, he'll have regretted it. As Atherton come forward now. O'Neill has it under a lot of pressure from Hunt, and that's well won by Rowney. He plays it back to Atkinson. And a strong defensive performance so far from Bury. It is now 15 minutes left. They're eager to keep a clean sheet. They've not had many of those this season, but they'll be keen to have them this afternoon. As the throw-ins, there's a shout for a handball from Moore there, but he plays the ball forward to Greaves, who's been all over him from the defender there, Lawrence. He plays a nice ball to Abasoto, but it's cut out by Teo. And it's a throw-in. Chadwick is very frustrated again with his teammates, particularly Boyles there. As it'll be a throw-in now for Bury. Jake Kenny will trot up and take it. Again, blocked from view. He goes back to Holt, who plays it to Kenny, the throw-in taker, and back to Holt. He plays the ball into the box, but that's away by Lightfoot. Rawsthorne then plays a nice ball across to Strong, but he's not able to bring it under control. And Matty Williams is pushed in there. That's a painful one. And Strong has gone into by the side of the benches. It is brickwork over there. I'm not quite sure what he made connection with in terms of it was his body or his head, but that might be a painful one. It was a firm challenge into the side of the pitch. He's still down, Nathan Strong. It wasn't a dirty challenge from Williams. It wasn't really a foul, but he just did use his strength there and unfortunately not Strong into the wall.
Rochdale Mayfield are through to the third round of the Challenge Cup. They've been beaten West Hull by 18 points to 16.
Strong just starting to get to his feet now. Looks like he's going to be okay to continue. He did look, as I said, a firm sort of connection with the side. But thankfully he's able to continue. So throw-in will be taken by Williams. He goes back to Hunt. He then finds Moore. That's a loose ball from Moore, and Chadwick's able to bring it forward into the Bury half for Atherton. He plays a nice ball to Boyles as they enter the Bury box, but that's good defending from Kenny. Kenny clears the ball, but unfortunately for him, it was ran out of play beforehand, and it's a corner kick for Atherton. As I said, Bury would be keen to keep a clean sheet here, which will be quite a success given that Atherton have scored 33 goals away from home. It's an average of 2.2 goals a game, so they're not shy of scoring, but I keep mentioning Luke Nichols, the top goal scorer, not in the squad this afternoon. As the corner's taken by Howell, played into the box, and that's a good header away by Hunt. Rawsthorne tries to collect it, but he slips. And now Abasoto has it for Bury. He could have turned, but instead he goes back to Kenny. As he does that, he's then Abasoto was kicked at by Howell. This is a free kick for Bury inside their own half. Kenny will take it. I suspect they'll play it short. Coming up to the final 10 minutes, and we have the final substitution for Bury as Lewis Gilboy is replaced.
Yeah, on comes Danny O'Brien.
Lewis Gilboy getting a warm reception from the Bury fans. So he's given Smith a difficult afternoon.
Not too sure whether that was needed from the referee to go over and give Lewis Gilboy a nudge.
As O'Brien coming on means Abasoto has moved onto this right-hand side. O'Brien coming on the left. As Kenny takes the free kick now, he plays it to Moore. Moore then plays it to Hunt. Rowney now has it and plays the ball forward to Abasoto. That's a good tackle from Smith, but Bury still have it with McWilliam, but he loses out to Lightfoot, who carries the ball forward. He plays it to O'Neill. Hunt wins the ball well, though. Abasoto plays a lovely ball around the corner to McWilliam, who plays it back. Chance for Bury as they come forward here. Crossing from Abasoto, but it's just out of reach of Greaves. Good header from Atherton. Danny O'Brien has it. Twisting and turning, tries to get the ball into the box. Tries the second attempt. So he gets past his man. He's now into the box. Takes on a second man. Plays the ball and it's out for a corner. When we get a chance, we'll go over to Newcastle for an update on the Ramsbottom game, but we'll stay here for now as we have a corner for Bury. Rowney making his way to take it. O'Brien comes short for him and he collects it from Rowney. He's one-on-one with Rawsthorne. He's into the box now, O'Brien. Plays a lovely ball, left-footed towards the back post. And it's out for a corner after Teo heads it clear. Hunt was waiting at the back post, but it was headed away by Teo.
He had to get that one right, did Nathan Teo, or it had been the wrong side of the box. He joined the club from Golka.
Riley takes it short once more, this time to Holt. Looks at his options. His crosses deflect and it loops high into the box. Then on the edge of the box with O'Brien. O'Brien then tries to bring it under, but he loses his footing as he stands on the ball. And now Teo brings the ball forward. Looks a bit lost as a centre-back, but he's taking it cross field and loses out to Moore. And then the through ball from Holt towards O'Brien's out of reach for him, and it's a throw-in. With that, we'll go for an update with Joe Heaton as Newcastle are taking on Ramsbottom.
Still 1-1 here at Newcastle Town as Ramsbottom just on the attack as we speak. A header from Fitzgerald just gone wide, looking like to loop over Slynn in the Newcastle Town goal, but just wide. I think Ramsbottom have maybe edged this second half. I think maybe it's been a bit even as well at times. I think there's been a clear lack of clear-cut chances since Aaron Fleming hit the post after his goal. Ramsbottom have made their full list of substitutes. Aaron Fleming, the goal scorer, has gone off. And Jason Carey came on for him about 5 minutes ago, and Tom Hartley as well has gone off, and Godwin Abadaki has come on with the final 15 minutes to play. Newcastle Town only making that one change in the first half, but I'd say might be either team edging towards a draw in this one. About 5 or so minutes left to go, and it's Newcastle Town 1, Ramsbottom 1.
Cheers, Joe. Abasoto still struggling to get up from that challenge there, but Berry now have it inside Atherton's box with Williams, who this time takes it out, plays the ball into the 6-yard box. Greaves nearly almost nips in, but it's collected by Culkin. Another result to, well, not result, but score to give you is Bacup and Golka are currently 1-1. Obviously quite important towards the top of the table there for Berry. With Golka currently 6 points behind Berry, and Bacup, to fair, a distant fourth really, but if they're able to get a point against Golka, that's a big result for Berry.
Yeah, it certainly is. It seems like they're a few minutes behind us at Bacup, so they've got about 15 minutes remaining there.
Can you quickly get yourself over there for the last 5 minutes or so?
I don't think I could. Don't think I could do that, Andy.
As Atherton have a man down here with Boyles, he's under some pain in his left leg, and as we wait for that, we'll go to Lancaster for an update off Theo. Well, I was told he was ready, but now I'm getting a shake of the head from Adam.
Theo seems to be a bit overly keen by advising us he's ready for an update, but here it is. I think it's the connection over there in West Lancashire. Theo, what's the latest?
Well, it's still 2-1 to Lancaster now. That quite startling quick turnaround at the beginning of this half in Lancaster's favour still stands. Radcliffe surrendered an early lead, which is on the way out for Radcliffe's goal. And the game's been much grittier since then. Raheem Hanley's come on in place of Luca Navarro, who, despite really promising signs at the beginning of the match, has been unable to influence the game in the way that he usually likes. Jack Baxter and Simon then are going to really have to dig in helping their centre halves out of the hole that they've built for themselves, really, in conceding those 2 early goals. Ollie Thornley's gone down injured, but as he's returned to the fray, albeit slightly limping, but free kicks are flying now. The referee's been very happy with his whistle as both teams sort of just diving into tackles to try and keep hold of possession, just so that Lancaster can close out the game, so that Radcliffe can try and get back into it. Bobby Grant keeps looking over towards the bench. I'm not sure if there's someone in particular that he's thinking about bringing on, but they do have decent options on the bench, the likes of the young Blackpool star like Tate Trusty, who's a midfielder who can influence play, where it might make sense to bring him on for Lenigan, who's perhaps more of a defensive breaker rather than a builder from the back. They do have options, Radcliffe, but with only 15 minutes left to play, it's make or break time really for them as they look to arrest this poor run of form that they've been on.
Thanks, Theo. As Boyles is still out of play for Atherton at the moment. Jake Kelly now has it though for Berry. Just on the edge of the box now with Holt. He finds Greaves on the penalty spot. He looks to turn his man, goes to McWilliam instead, who plays a shot towards goal, but it's over the bar. He just looked to place it there with his instep, but let him back a bit too much. But it was a good build-up play there from Berry.
Yeah, there was a few hands on Tom Greaves there from Teo.
I think that was just strong defending that, Adam.
Oh, I'm not saying it was a penalty or anything like that. It was just that.
Rawsthorne, well, I say he had it, but he loses out to William. O'Brien now comes forward. He's into the box. He surveys his options. He plays it towards the penalty spot, towards Greaves, but it's cleared initially by Atherton. Abasoto, though, collects it. He's got his back to goal. He now turns towards the byline. Lightfoot is all over him. Or Hal, rather. And Hal then does bring him back, and I think there's a right smile there from Hal. He knew he was beaten. And it's a free kick for Berry.
Oh, it's definitely that's got to be a yellow card as well.
I don't think he's going to give it. I think Hal knew that he was beaten. He's a bit more of my stature, is Hal, which isn't a benefit on a football pitch. Especially with Abasoto running at you. As Rowney gets ready to take the set piece. Berry not bringing many players forward for this one. Only 3 minutes left, 3-0 up. Rowney takes it. It's a good ball. It's away by Teo. Holt collects it halfway inside Atherton's half. He finds O'Brien. O'Brien tries to spray it wide to Rowney as the ball hits the back of the stadium behind us. And it's now with Holt for Berry. He plays a ball to Greaves. Bit too wide for him to cause real danger, but he plays it to Abasoto. Abasoto with a few lovely step overs. Cuts into his left foot. Takes a shot on goal. That's cleared by Atherton. Rowney has it. He plays it to Williams. Williams plays the ball into the box towards Greaves, which is headed away by Lightfoot. On as far as Holt, though, still in the box. O'Brien now on the edge. He takes a shot that's well blocked by Rawsthorne. And Atherton look to clear the lines properly. O'Neill tries to bring it down. He's got more all over him on the back. He plays it to Chadwick. And Chadwick's ball down the line towards Boyles is straight out to play. I think Atherton will be hoping for the final whistle to go. Not long left in this one. Minute and a half left. Still 3-0 to Berry. As Atkinson comes out of his box to play the ball. A bit of pressure here for Berry. They're passing it between them at the back, but it's cleared out eventually by Atkinson towards McWilliam. Just inside the centre circle. He plays the ball wide to Williams as he comes down this right-hand side. Abasoto in attendance with him, but he's going on his own, Williams. He eventually tries to find Greaves. It gets to Greaves. He takes a shot that's blocked. Ball bounced in the penalty box and cleared by Chadwick. There's a good opportunity there by Berry coming from Williams, who's such a strong player for this side. As Abasoto now has it. He's got Smith one-on-one. He cuts to his right foot, Abasoto, towards the byline. He's then able to get past Smith and into the box. Again, step overs, left the foot towards the back post, but out of reach of O'Brien. He's able to keep it in. Not really any danger, though, for the moment for Atherton, as O'Brien has Chadwick in front of him. O'Brien plays the ball into the box, but it's headed away by Rawsthorne. Rowney wins the header. He finds Holt, who takes a shot, but that's balled well wide and was never in real danger of troubling the goalkeeper, Culkin. I've got my stopwatch 30 seconds left of added time. Sorry, of normal time.
Looks like Dan Smith is struggling with a bit of cramp for Atherton LR. Obviously no substitutes available for...
I don't think his teammates will be thanking him this Friday. It's just prolonging the inevitable at this point. Can't be helped, but they'll be hoping for the full-time whistle.
Abasoto taking on some light fluids. Bolton leading 6-0 at home to Sunderland. It's going to be 3 minutes of added time.
As the ball's played forward by Atherton, and it's a Hunt headed on by Hunt. Holt now has it in the middle of the park for Berry. He plays it wide to Kenny. Kenny finds O'Brien. There's been a red card at Newcastle between Newcastle Town and Ramsbottom. We'll find out which way that's gone shortly, but we'll stay here for now as Hunt now plays it to Abasoto. His first touch lets him down, and Atherton have it now with Howells. Howells finds Smith, but it's won back by Abasoto. Only briefly, though, as Lightfoot has it. He then plays it to Chadwick. The right back for Atherton plays it down the line to Boyles, who's been pretty energetic this afternoon, but he loses it to Kenny. Kenny finds McWilliam in space. He looks to look at his options. Boyles then comes over and wins the ball, but Abasoto collects it again. Reeves now has it on the right-hand side. Go deep inside the half. Plays it towards the 6-yard box. And that's headed away by Chadwick. And we'll quickly go to Joe Heaton for an update on the red card.
I can only assume Jason Carey, the substitute, has said something to the referee, because Ethan Vales stepped up to take the free kick. It looked like Carey was trying to block the quick free kick. Didn't really get his foot in front of it. And then the referee had a little chat with Carey and Vale, and then just brandished the red card out of nowhere, really. No one really expected it. And Carey is off, so Rami will have to see out these final few minutes with 10 men. I mean, Rami had some great opportunities as well with about 15 minutes left. Tom Kennedy from the free kick, whipping left-footed effort, really well saved by Slynn. In the Newcastle goal, and then Murphy, he found himself free in the box, and his shot was deflected wide, and Newcastle survived on that occasion. 3 minutes just gone up for added time, and it looks like Rami are going to be on the back foot for these final 3 minutes, still 1-1.
Cheers, Joe. As that corner came to nothing for Bury. It was well held by Culkin, and Bury have it now with under a minute to go left in this one. A strong performance for Bury. Bit of a rarity, really, a comfortable win. It's usually bit dramatic, but today a comfortable one, but they will be eager to keep that clean sheet, which is under threat now as Strong comes forward for Atherton towards the byline, plays it across, but it's out for a goal kick. 30 seconds left in this one. With our coverage again brought to you by RC Solutions Pitch Care. First choice for all your turf needs. Head to their website, rsolutionsPitchCare.co.uk for more. They're also contactable on social media. As the fans start to make their way to the exit, off into the night. I'm sure they're getting themselves home early to get on to Twitter Spaces later, as Adam Clark will be giving his insight into the game. And you can give your opinion as well. As Bury have it with Rowney. He halfway inside Bury's half. As according to my watch, time is up. Hunt plays it forward towards McWilliam, but he's not got really any chance of winning that. He's doing his best though as Teo clears it. A bit unnecessary there as the final whistle goes. A strong performance from Bury AFC, a strong performance from Harry Brazell. A great hat-trick from him, all 3 goals being wonder goals, and in particular the final third, the final goal rather. And Bury AFC take the win. Another 3 points towards promotion, and all they'll be thinking is 9 more games.
They certainly will. We'll get some more reaction from here at the Newven Stadium very shortly, but let's head over to Stoke-on-Trent and get the final stages of Newcastle Town against Ramsbottom United. And there for us, Joe Heaton.
Thank you very much, Adam. Rami have the ball. As it stands, Kennedy just flicks it forward. The captain for Newcastle Town, Askey, gets it away. And now Newcastle Town will just try and get on the ball and get this ball away from Rami. But Rami holding the ball well. At the moment, they win themselves a throw-in just in front of the technical areas. I think they'll just slow this one down and try and slow the clock down. About 2 minutes remaining of added time, maybe about a minute and a half for Rami to see this one out after that red card for Carey in the final few moments. And the referee blows his whistle, and that's it. That's full time. That didn't seem like full 3 minutes at all. The referee blows his whistle, and that was a 1-1 scoreline for Ramsbottom. I think they'll be fairly happy with how that one's come about. The first half, they're a bit under the cosh at times. Newcastle took the lead from a header. It was Tommy van der Laan, who got on the score sheet. Rami, maybe a bit unfortunate to be into the break, 1 goal down. They got their equaliser in the second half. Fleming from a corner, headed on by Murphy. Tom Kennedy had a free kick